A man doesn't really grow old when he gets wrinkles or when his joints start to ache. True aging begins the moment his erection starts to fail. When you suddenly notice that it's no longer as firm as it used to be. When your erection takes longer to appear. When, after feeling aroused, your body seems to hesitate. Will it work this time? Sometimes there are strange sensations, a bit of numbness, tension down there, or just a weird, something's not quite right. This isn't just aging. This is your blood vessels sending a warning. Help me, before it's too late. And if you ignore these symptoms, it affects much more than your sex life. Your entire system starts to suffer, your energy drops, your confidence fades, your desire weakens, and your vitality slowly slips away. But here's the good news. This can be fixed. Because the problem isn't the organ itself. The problem is that blood no longer reaches it the way it should. And blood, that's everything. Without healthy blood flow, even strong desire won't turn into action. And today, I'm going to show you how to restore blood circulation, bring back your masculine power, and regain control over your erections. My name is Dr. Tom Hansen. I've worked as a physician for over 35 years, and during that time, I've helped hundreds of men reclaim their health, their energy, and their confidence. And let me tell you something very important. Your problem is not your age. Your problem is that your body hasn't been getting what it needs for years. I remember one of my patients, John, 59 years old. He owns a small auto repair shop. Tough guy, worked with his hands his whole life. He came to me with the same question many of you have right now. Doctor, the desire is there. I want to be with my wife. But my body just isn't keeping up. It starts and then stalls. It never used to be like this. Believe me, John is not an exception. This happens to so many men. Why? It's very simple. An erection is not magic. It's pure blood flow. Blood needs to freely fill the tissues of the penis for you to have a full, strong erection. But when the blood vessels lose elasticity, when they narrow, and when tiny plaques start building up inside, the blood can't get there in full volume. The result? A weaker, shorter, or even completely missing erection. And the most important part, blood flow problems don't happen overnight. They build up over years. Decades of poor diet, constant stress, a sedentary lifestyle, extra weight, and bad habits slowly destroy your vascular system. And eventually, your body starts sounding the alarm. But here's the amazing thing. The body is incredibly grateful. Even if you're 55, 65, or 75, you can still restore healthy blood flow. Give your body the right fuel, and it will respond. Now that you understand the real issue behind weaker erections isn't your age, it's poor blood flow, let's talk about the things that are quietly destroying your circulation. What's stopping the blood from reaching your penis the way it should? Let's start with one of the biggest enemies and, sadly, one of the most common. Smoking. A lot of men tell themselves, it's just a cigarette. My dad smoked, and he was fine. But here's the hard truth. Every puff is an attack on your blood vessels. Nicotine is a powerful vasoconstrictor. It squeezes your blood vessels tight. The tar you inhale coats the inside of your arteries like grime in an old pipe. Over time, the blood gets thicker, the vessels narrower, and eventually, your penis simply doesn't get the pressure it needs to function. Thousands of men lose their erections not because they're getting older, but because they've been smoking for years. Now, let's talk about the second enemy. Alcohol. It might seem like a drink or two helps you relax and get in the mood. And yes, alcohol may ease anxiety temporarily. But the cost is high. Alcohol disrupts your nervous system, dulls sensation, weakens blood flow to your pelvic area, and, most importantly, damages your liver. And when your liver suffers, so do your hormones. Without healthy testosterone levels, erections simply don't happen. Now imagine what happens when you combine both smoking and drinking. Your blood vessels are restricted. Your blood thickens. Your liver is overloaded. Your hormones crash. Your nervous system is foggy. And when the moment comes, your body just doesn't respond. It's all connected. Your penis isn't some isolated part of you. It's a sensitive gauge of your overall health. Now let's talk about food. What you eat has a massive impact on your erections. If your plate is full of greasy, sugary, salty, or packaged foods, don't be surprised when your body acts like a rusty old machine running on cheap fuel. Too much sugar causes inflammation. Too much salt raises your blood pressure. Too much processed food clogs your arteries. Your penis is a system of tiny blood vessels and valves. If the pipes are blocked, the pressure drops. And no engine can run without pressure. But here's the good news. When you start eating right, vegetables, leafy greens, nuts, fish, whole grains, your body responds. The vessels start to clear. The blood flows more easily. And with that comes stronger erections, better sensitivity, and a wave of confidence you thought was gone. I've seen it firsthand. Men who quit smoking, cut the alcohol, and changed their diets came back to me looking like different people. They'd say, "Doctor, I feel like my body switched back on. It's mine again." That is the beginning of real recovery. Now that we've talked about how smoking, alcohol, and poor nutrition damage your blood vessels, let's go even deeper to the organ that controls everything. It's not your penis, and it's not even your brain. It's your heart. Your heart isn't just a symbol of love. It's your main pump, the engine that pushes blood throughout your entire body. Every heartbeat is a push of life, sending blood to your brain, your lungs, your muscles, and yes, to your penis. If your heart isn't working properly, the blood simply doesn't reach your penis. And that's it. Whether you want it or not, nothing happens. No blood flow, no erection. It's that simple. Even if your arteries were in perfect shape, if the pump doesn't push, the system shuts down. And what damages the heart more than anything? You already know the answer. Smoking, alcohol, bad food. These things don't kill you right away. They take their time, bit by bit, day by day. At first, it's high blood pressure. Then it's fatigue. Then shortness of breath. And finally, at the worst possible moment, you realize, my body isn't responding. Everything is there, but nothing's working. That's the most dangerous part of these habits. They have a cumulative effect. Every cigarette isn't just harm. It's a brick in the wall that blocks your circulation. Every bottle, every greasy meal, every sleepless night, all of it is like drops wearing away at the strength of your body. At first, you don't notice it. But then suddenly, at 40, yes, even at 40, you look in the mirror and ask yourself, what happened to me? And hearing the answer can be terrifying. You're impotent. Early. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm telling you the truth as a doctor. This problem sneaks up on you. And once it's there, turning it around becomes much harder. That's why I'm telling you. The time to act is now. While your heart is still beating strong, while you still have the power to change. In the next part, I'll tell you which foods help clean your blood vessels and strengthen your heart. And I'll show you simple drinks and practices that, in just a few weeks, can wake up your blood flow and bring back your strength right where you started to lose hope. We're just getting started. I'm Dr. Tom Hansen. You know, a lot of men think that if their erection isn't working, it's just age or stress or maybe the weather. But the truth is much harsher. Erection problems are just the beginning. It's not just a bedroom issue. It's a warning. It's your body saying, I can't handle this anymore. And if you ignore that signal, that's when the real danger starts. Heart attacks, strokes, blood clots. That's what you should actually be afraid of. When your blood vessels are clogged with cholesterol, thickened blood, and years of damage from smoking, drinking, and bad food. At some point, a clot can break loose. It can travel through your bloodstream, anywhere. To your heart, that's a heart attack. To your brain, that's a stroke. To your lungs, that's sudden collapse. This isn't about tiredness. This is your body giving out. This is the system crashing. This is when the cry for help becomes your last chance. That's why I always say, when your erection stops working, it's not something to be ashamed of. It's something to be grateful for. It means your body is still talking to you. It's still trying. Because one day, it might stop talking altogether. But hey, let's not get too dark. Enough about clots flying through your arteries, especially during dinner. One of my patients, after I explained all of this to him, looked at me and said, Doc, I get it. If my penis isn't working, it's not time for Viagra. It's time to join a gym and throw out the beer. I laughed and said, now that's real medicine. And you know what? He was right. Sometimes, a good laugh is the first step to real change. Laughter is healthy, but behind the laughter, there needs to be responsibility. In the next part, we'll finally get into the natural foods, drinks, and simple at-home techniques that can actually restore your blood flow, clean your vessels, and reignite your masculine power. No pills, no injections, no shame. Real tips, real results, and yes, a bit more charm along the way. We've talked about diet, bad habits, and even the heart. But there's one factor that stands above all the rest. Without it, nothing else will work. And that is movement. Yes, the very first and most important step to restoring healthy erections and strong blood flow is living an active lifestyle. Your penis depends on circulation. and circulation depends on how much you move. A sedentary lifestyle is a direct path to blood stagnation in your pelvic region. And where there's stagnation, there's no energy, no strength, no life. One of my patients, Harry, 63 years old, once told me, "Doctor, I sit all day. Car, work, TV. That's it. I feel like my body is just shutting down." I told him, "Harry, if you want things to start rising down there, you've got to get yourself up first. Movement is life. When you start walking, stretching, doing simple exercises, your blood starts to move. Your body wakes up. And most importantly, it wakes up where you need it most, in the pelvic region. And no, I'm not talking about running marathons or spending hours in the gym. A simple morning stretch is already a huge step. 5 to 10 minutes a day, bending, pelvic circles, light stretches. That alone gets your blood flowing. Add in a brisk walk, some swimming or cycling, and you're sending a strong signal to your body. I'm ready to be a man again. I'm moving. I'm alive. Exercise isn't just about muscles. It's about hormones, circulation, and energy. After a good workout, your testosterone goes up, your metabolism speeds up, and your nervous system relaxes. Your body literally starts to remember what it means to be a man. So if you want to restore your erection, don't start with pills. Start with movement. In the next part, I'll walk you through specific natural foods and drinks that improve circulation, nourish your blood vessels, and help your penis perform like it used to. And yes, I'll share which pelvic exercises give the best results, even after just a couple of weeks. We've already talked about how movement activates the body, boosts circulation, and wakes up masculine energy. But now it's time to talk about something just as important: what you're putting on your plate. Because even if you're jogging every morning, if your diet is a mess, your results won't last. Your body isn't just a machine. It's a living lab, processing whatever you feed it. And to function properly, especially when it comes to men's health, you need a balanced diet. That means the right ratio of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Proteins are the building blocks for hormones, muscles, and cells. You can't heal or restore without protein. Think meat, fish, eggs, and legumes. Fats, especially healthy ones, help your body produce testosterone, like nuts, olive oil, avocados, and fatty fish. Carbohydrates are your fuel, not from pastries or sugar, but from whole grains, vegetables, and fruits. Without this balance, every system suffers, especially your blood vessels, heart, and erection. Your diet shouldn't be heavy and greasy, it should be alive. Fresh vegetables, plenty of greens, nuts, berries, some lean red meat, seafood, whole grains. One of my patients, Dan, 61 years old, switched from fast food to real, home-cooked meals. After a month, he told me, "Doc, even my face looks different. And down there, well, it's like something woke up again. Because food is blood, and blood is life." Now, let's get back to movement. There's something most men ignore, but shouldn't. Stretching. Yes, not push-ups or weightlifting, but simple stretching and mobility exercises. When you stretch, you don't just loosen up muscles. You free up stuck blood. You improve lymph flow. You warm up the pelvic area, which is key for healthy blood flow to the penis. Especially effective are pelvic rotations, forward and side bends, cat-cow stretches, deep squats with hold. 5 to 10 minutes a day, and your body literally starts to wake up. I always tell my patients, you want something to rise down there? Start by rising yourself onto the mat and do a few stretches. Funny, but true. And it works. And now, my friends, it's time to wrap things up. We've come a long way from the early warning signs to the deeper causes of erectile problems. We talked about diet, bad habits, the heart, physical activity, and even how a simple stretch can bring your blood flow back to life. But there's one final piece that holds it all together: your mindset. Because you can eat the cleanest food, exercise daily, quit smoking. But if deep inside you're filled with fear, doubt, or that thought, "I'm too old for this," then your results will fall short. I've seen this over and over again. Men who were physically strong, but mentally gave up. And others, not in great shape, but they said to themselves, "No, I'm still a man. I'm not done yet." And guess what? They were the ones who won. True recovery starts in the mind. It begins the moment you say, "I take responsibility. I'm ready to change. I refuse to lose myself." An erection isn't just a physical thing. It's confidence. It's the feeling of strength. When you feel like a man, your body starts to catch up. When you take care of yourself, your body thanks you. When you believe it's possible, that's when things start changing. So my biggest advice to you, don't just take action. Take action with belief, with self-respect, with the understanding that you are worth it. Recovery is possible at any age. I've seen it time and time again. Men in their 60s, even 70s, who got their strength, their desire, their confidence back. Not because they found some magic pill, but because they made a choice to live differently. And you can make that choice too. Thank you for staying with me. You've already taken the first step. You've started listening, learning, understanding, which means you're already on the path. This has been Dr. Tom Hansen. Until next time. And remember, real masculine power begins with taking care of yourself.